You see, the truth remains that, you don't need another New Year resolution for you to achieve great things in this current New Year that you found yourself. However, I believe that what you need now, or what you need for the New Year, is an actionable blueprint. Not just a blueprint that is actionable, that requires you to take timely action. And not just timely action that, will hold you accountable if you did not take them. For instance, let's assume that maybe you need to, I'm using this to give an illustration. Maybe this is a book. You gave yourself a blueprint that, you want to read this book. The book, Richest Man in Babylon. My focus is not too, okay. I believe you're saying The Richest Man in Babylon by George Clason. You give yourself a blueprint that, you want to read this book in 30 days, This particular one, this is small print, and with this particular one, it's 144 pages, and it's a book that you can actually finish in one evening if you're willing to. But let's assume that you want to split it into 7 days. So by splitting into 7 days, maybe you want to say that every day you want to read 14 pages. And if you don't read that 14 pages, you won't go to bed. So meaning that you want to read it in the evening. And you give yourself a very timely decision that if you don't read it, you won't go to bed. That's an actionable plan. You put a reward, you restrict yourself of a reward that should come. Because you going to bed is a reward, is pleasure, it's rest. You understand? Your body, the human body ordinarily needs rest. The human body does not want stress. So if you place yourself like that and you are able to abide by it, you discover that in less than that particular 1 week or 10 days that this particular book is splitted into, you would have completed the reading of this particular book. You understand? That is a good example of an actionable plan. And you don't just make the actionable plan, you make it to be urgent. That means I need to do this now. 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 And some of the things that can we actually use to do this, we have a lot of tools that you can now use. Technology has made all of these things to be easy. If it's maybe I want to use maybe videos or educational lecture that you want to do, you want to read, you want to study, and a particular concept that you want to study about, you are not too vast in it, or you can't lay your hand on any materials. We have online libraries everywhere. If we have AI that you can put in the topic, tell the AI to give you all relevant, relevant sources and researches, publications that are relevant to this particular topic that you actually, listen to what expert has said about that particular concept. You understand? So I'm just using that as another example. So when you put all of such into place, you have reminders on your phone set. Let your phone be littered with reminders. Let your phone be littered with alarms as a way of keeping it timely and urgent. When you do all of this, it will be difficult for you not to get your new year on track as soon as possible. Now, let me tell you one truth. There are some few days, while starting out now, there are some few days you are likely going to miss. It's normal because you are recalibrating your philosophy. You are recalibrating your life. You know, before you do this for 2 months, I'm telling you that if your 2025 will happen that it was a mess, believe me, your 2026 cannot end as a mess, because before you complete this kind of action, this your actionable blueprint, you are translating it to reality on a daily basis. By weekend, you do a weekly evaluation of what you did all through the week. You saw where your strength was, what your weakness was, what were the things you were supposed to do that you didn't do, or the things that you didn't actually do well. Then you set another new weekly routine or weekly blueprint for yourself. Then next week, you translate them into action again. You discover that in just 3 weeks, you would have set up new habits for yourself that you are now abiding by. And by the end of 2026, you look back and you thank yourself that you actually gave yourself an actionable blueprint for your 2026. So if your 2025 was a mess, well, it has happened like that. The next thing now is there's Pala saying that you can't cry over spilled milk. So the next thing that you can do now is what is ahead. What's ahead? We need to rescue what is ahead so that it doesn't slip away. So that is now what you need to do. So do that. Get an actionable plan. Not just a New Year resolution. New Year resolutions, they are old-fashioned and they are not easy to translate into reality. Get an actionable plan. Use AI tools to make your plan to be easy and feasible. You understand? So, and you thank yourself you did. This is the DEFISIL podcast. Once again, Happy New Year, and I'll talk to you in the next one. As usual, peace.